So we did a thing.
A big thing.
We bought a motorhome and decided to start a whole new chapter of our life. Hello everyone, I'm Jay.
And I'm Rachelle.
And this is Just Coachin'.
RV Life with Jay and Rachelle.
Welcome back to another edition of Just Coachin'. Today we're going to dive into fifth wheel, Class C, or Class A.
That's a no-brainer. We were never going to get a fifth wheel.
Although I was looking at fifth wheels.
He definitely looked at fifth wheels, but it was not going to happen.
This is true. So we're going to dive into kind of why we went the route that we went, some of the reasons we didn't go fifth wheel or Class C, and ultimately why we landed where we landed with the Class A. So let's get started. Fifth wheel that Rachelle was never on board with. One of the things that we knew that was going to be a problem with the fifth wheel was we were going to spend close to the same money on getting the fifth wheel itself, upgrading a truck to get it to be pulled, and really Rachelle's biggest complaint outside of not having a bathtub, which we still don't have,
it's true,
was being in the truck while we're pulling versus just being able to be in the cockpit, so to speak, while we're driving, whether that was a Class C or a Class A.
Fair.
So I liked the, initially anyway, I liked the living arrangements of the fifth wheel. I've looked at a bunch of them online. We went to an RV show in Houston. We looked at some, although she was tagging along, and
I wasn't even in agreement with the whole idea at that point.
Not being a good sport about it. So fifth wheels were going to be out, which was fine with me. Because I was all in on RV life, and she was coming around to RV life, and one of her rules was no fifth wheel. So X the fifth wheel off.
Sorry to all you fifth wheel owners out there. It's all good.
And our good friends 2 spots down have a fifth wheel. Yeah, we still love them. All right, so Class C or Class A. What are your thoughts?
So I think for us, it boiled down to where we were going to have the most closet space, and everything we looked at, that ended up being Class A.
Yep. I think another thing was we are planning on full-timing at some point, and we'll get into that in a future episode. So Class C to Class A. Class C pros were going to be really the cockpit and the potential with some time and some comfort might be with Rachelle driving. Possibly. Although probably not.
He doesn't even let me drive the car, so he's not going to let me drive anything else either.
The biggest knock for me is when you start comparing the two is really just life once you're in it and the amount of space, what we really wanted, our non-negotiables. And when we started looking at non-negotiables, that really eliminated the Class C, even though, in a different world, or maybe even some world, we might be okay with it, but we're really happy with the space that we have, knowing that we can full-time in this and get up and down the road and all of those things. So we went Class A.
Now, when we first started looking at Class A's, we weren't looking at anything that didn't have a bath and a half.
Right.
We were adamant we were going to have a bath and a half. We needed that second bathroom.
We do not have a bath and a half.
We do not.
And we love it. Okay, so we eliminated bumper pull, fifth wheel altogether. Check. We eliminated Class C. Check. So Class A, what were some non-negotiables inside of a Class A for you?
For me, really, it was what will we have for a closet, right? Was the shower going to be a large shower and not one of those small in the corner showers? as a bathtub person, I'm really having to give in with this whole only a shower thing, but I wanted to at least have a roomy shower.
Yep. Yep. Yeah, that was the biggest hurdle going RV life, was knowing that the bathtub was being given up.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's that. It's working out. So I didn't need a bathtub, but she
Whatever.
lives in the bathtub. So all right, outside of the closet and the bathroom space, most bedrooms in the styles that we were looking at are pretty much the same. So what was really important to us was the flow of the living room slash kitchen, and we must have was going to be a residential refrigerator. We really liked the kitchens that had the pull out shelf, so to speak, that just kind of made it an L-shaped kitchen. And a couple of non-negotiables, and this is why we moved so fast when we found what we really liked. We wanted the dinette instead of the cafeteria style booth, and we wanted the corner fireplace with mounted TV. We did not want two sofas opposite of each other with a televator. Not so much the televator that we minded, we just didn't need or want the opposing sofas because it takes up space and it's just the two of us. So that's what we were looking for, and we were looking for all of that within our price range.
Yeah. Which, if you've looked, you know is not super easy to find.
Yep. So most of what we found that we liked was in the upper range, and we were always looking at used, but they were still in the upper range, more than we wanted to spend. And so what we kept seeing was the same old opposing couches, not, perfect for us, but we weren't in a hurry. We were just internet shopping and dealership shopping and YouTube searching. So um, that was kind of what we did to find our particular unit. And then Rachelle found it.
I did find it. I was so excited.
Rachelle found it. Not me. She sent me a text with the link to it, and it was literally everything we were looking for inside. The outside paint was, for RV paint, is good.
Yeah.
It's not the old style wavy craziness. We're not fans of that. If I had my druthers, I would have a flat gray solid paint on the outside.
That would be several years to
not
come.
her, but that wasn't going to happen. So we got a happy medium. Really, the paint job is really, really nice. See that in a future episode as well when we do the whole tour. But so outside fit, the bays are the bays. That's pretty much the same in this length of a Class A. By the way, we have a 45-foot Class A. So the outside paint color fit, the cockpit driving area fit, and then the living, kitchen, bedroom fit. Had a large closet. We needed to see it to believe it, and that was accurate. It was everything we thought it was going to be in the pictures. You just never know. The first stop when we walked into this thing, my first stop was straight to the shower. How big was the shower? Because honestly, that looked like the one thing that was going to be a no for us in the picture, or for me anyway. I thought it was going to be a small shower.
Yeah, I would agree. We both thought that it was like we were scared that it was going to be too small.
Yeah, we were at the dealership, and Rachelle said, "You want to look at the outside?" Nope, going straight to the shower. I went straight in, got in the shower, came out, and like, all right, we can look at everything else now. It's way bigger than what the pictures made it look like. So that was that. That was the experience for how we landed on a Class A.
That was the dishwasher.
The dishwasher's running right now. This is our first experience with the dishwasher, by the way. So
we've been hand washing dishes. So
we're draining right now.
There we go.
All right, let's talk about our research.
So much YouTube.
So much. YouTube that's about all I watch.
It's true.
YouTube is what I watch. Uh, YouTube. I think we have to start with, especially once we knew we were going Class A, but not even then. Before, maybe even before we finalized it, but we've known that for quite a while, so it's hard to remember. The one go-to channel that we watched all updates was RVing with Andrew Steele. And simply the reason behind that is because he was showing us RVs, different models, different brands, different dealers that he trusts and knows around the nation.
Yeah, and he really gave us things like things that we needed to pay attention to when we were looking. So, and like some things I wouldn't have even thought about, but he's very detailed.
Yeah. So all of his stuff we watched. Anytime he had a new episode out, we watched it because we got to see the insides of RVs, and that was our way of shopping without shopping and getting to see a bunch of different stuff at one time. And then beyond that was really we watched a lot of RV, full time RV, part time RV, lifestyle uh, content creators. I think probably the first one we started watching was Fuel Your Wonder. It was just good content. They were honestly, they were their motor coach, their where they stayed, their travel was not at all what we're looking to do, or the types of money that we can spend.
Right.
But we enjoyed their content. We got to know a little bit more about motorhomes. You know, how do they clean them? Just the different things. And so it was just good to watch them. They were easy to watch. I enjoy, and probably we found Why Wait probably in the last 3-ish to 4 months, maybe.
Yeah.
Hasn't been a long time, but I like them. It's just simple content. It's full time RV living. They'll go place to place. They have a home base at an RV lot. There's some good information about just little tips and tricks living around the RV, storage, outside, pool noodles, all kinds of stuff. So it's very practical things that are our speed, and so they've been good to follow. Beyond Fuel Your Wonder, probably the one that we've watched the longest is Endless RVing. And while they're not full time, it seems like they full time because they're always traveling, especially now. And so that's a mix of their full time RV living issues that they have, travel. You'll get some sort of RV resort reviews. Sometimes they'll do, brand reviews. Just kind of it's a mix, but we'll watch them as well. We watch our Everyday Getaway. Probably been watching them for as long as we've been watching Endless RVing, and same thing. Good content, probably more our speed as far as you know cost of living, that types of stuff. I would imagine that we're in their ballpark, but get good RV resort reviews and just tips and tricks for around the motorhome itself. And then most recently, my favorite, because it's a good laugh, but it's also a little bit of good RV living. That said, they're not a motor coach, but Wild RV Life,
Yeah,
and they are wild.
they are. They're funny.
They're very entertaining. Um, so Wild RV Life, and then recently started a second channel, Cragging Around, also very fun. Mindless fun, which is always good to have some mindless fun. So those are the main RV channels and really research that we did. Outside of that, we spent a lot of time on a good solid handful of websites for dealers, and we just looked.
Yeah.
That was more her world.
Yeah.
My world was YouTube. Her world was cruising the dealers and seeing what was out there, which she ended up finding our new home.
That's
online.
what did it. I found it.
In a nutshell, that's our last year. All of the research that we've done, be it through websites on different dealerships, maybe Google a little bit, but heavy into YouTube and really just learning the ins and outs of different styles of RVs, be it fifth wheel to Class C to Class A, the different styles of Class A. We had no idea that there was a side radiator and the benefits of all of that, but we found out. So join us next time for the big reveal, a full tour of our Class A motorhome
that I found.
That Rachelle found. Goodbye. See you next time on Just Coachin'
with Jay and Rachelle.
Take two. See you next time on Just Coachin'
RV Live with Jay and Rachelle.
Bye. I guess it's a good time for a drink break.
Drink break.
Drink break. Got a little more. So that is everything was good except for that is. We were not in deep thought anymore. See, and then ultimately, what am I trying to say? But being more home and
my phone rang. It's all good.
It's probably one of our dang kids. So we did not want a booth. Dinette, what do you call that?
I don't know. Booth, dinette booth.
We didn't want the dinette booth.
Yeah.
We wanted the little table and two chairs. What do you call that?
That's what I would call a dinette. So
dinette.
We didn't want the booth. We wanted the dinette.
There you go. We wanted a little table. So we got the little table. That's really not good.
Well, let's start over.
I'll have to edit some of that. So. Good space. More blooper time.
Yeah. I can't stop it now.
I just can't stop it because freaking Emily's calling me.
Call her back.